Hi there, and welcome back to another weekly market update. I hope they had a fantastic Christmas. And honestly, this week's numbers are a little surprising to me. I thought that they would be a lot different than they are this week. Let's go ahead and dive into them. So we're going to go ahead and start here at the market action index number here again, like usual. And it's still at a 48, the same as last week. So it didn't really change much. If we look at the exact number here, it is at 47.53. It was at 47.79 last week. So a very minor change. They rounded up to 48. Um, very small change. Nothing to be concerned about. I wouldn't even worry about it at all. The biggest surprise to me are the prices here. The median list price here, it did not change at all. It's still at 289.9, so 290. So median list prices in the city of Kenosha is still at 290. Prices have not budged during Christmas week. Not I say a surprise, but not really a surprise. Just because it was Christmas week, there weren't a lot of sales, not a lot of new listings. So the fact that it didn't change is not a huge surprise, I suppose, when you really think about it and dive deep in the numbers. The median list price here, 282.5, that did shoot up a little bit from 275. That does kind of surprise me. The fact that the week was a little bit slower, I'm kind of surprised that sellers did decide to list their houses a little bit higher than they did the previous week, just because it was a slower week. There were fewer buyers looking during Christmas week, so I'm surprised that they decided to list their houses a little bit higher than the previous week. Maybe they were hoping that they get some buyers that are anxious to find a house and get under contract before the end of the year, and maybe they get a higher price for their house. I don't know. Maybe that's what they were hoping. Whether or not they got that, I have no idea. We'll see what happens in next week's numbers. Price per square foot here, holding pretty strong at about that 190 price range here. Average days on market, holding pretty strong here. It's at 94 this week, up from 83 last week. So up 11 days. Median days on market, the number that I like to go by, is up to 63. It's up from 56 last week. So houses are still sitting in the market a little longer. So if you are a seller looking to list your house, don't expect it to sell in one day. It'll probably sit in the market for a little bit longer. It's just the market that we're in. Houses are taking a little bit longer. We have a lot of buyers out there looking. There's just a few more choices out there, and they're being a little bit more picky. So if you are a seller, expect your house to sit in the market for probably at least a week, 5 days, maybe even 2 weeks, maybe even a month. It's just the way the market is right now. By the way, if you guys would like a copy of this report, I'm happy to send it to you. I can send you a link to this website here, so you can put in your own zip code up here on the top here, your own zip code or your own city, and it'll generate a report just like this for you anywhere here in the U.S. It'll do a report just like this, and you can look up any city, any zip code in the U.S. that you would like to. So if you would like that, let me know. Shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email, and I'll shoot you over the link for it. Price decreases is at 51%, shot up from 49 last week. A little bit higher than I would like to see. Like I said, I would like to see this number at 20%, so quite a bit higher than I would like to see. But, sellers, they tend to list their houses a little bit higher than a lot of realtors recommend. So then as it sits on the market longer and longer, we tell them there's just not any interest in your house, or we're getting offers that are lower than list price. So we end up having to decrease the price as the weeks go on. We come to our sellers with data and say, this is what the house should sell for. This is what we should list it for. And sellers, they just have a number in their mind saying, no, my house is worth this because my neighbor's house, four doors down, sold for this price. My house is definitely worth this price. So I want to list it for that price. Whether or not it's actually worth that price, I don't know. I'd have to see your house and compare it to your neighbor's house that actually sold for that price. So that's why we have price decreases, because some sellers just want the world and it's not necessarily worth that price. Price increases, still holding strong here at 1%. This will probably go away in the next few weeks. It's just, like I said, a realtor made a mistake somewhere down the road and had to unlist it and relist it at the correct price. Inventory is at 76. It was at 79 last week, so a slight decrease here. We'll probably still see a slight decrease next week too, just because because of New Year's this week. We're still not seeing a ton of inventory come on the market this week or last week. With the holidays, a lot of sellers just don't want people walking through their houses, so we're not seeing a lot of new inventory on the market right now. First couple weeks of January, we'll probably see a few more listings, but January and February typically tend to be a little bit slower for listings. So January and February probably be a little bit slower for newer listings, and then in March it'll start to pick up again. So in past years that's been kind of not the case. So we'll see what happens this year. Maybe it'll pick up again in January. Sellers just don't want to live in their house anymore. They want something new, and they decide to list. We'll see what happens. Nobody knows for sure. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Median rent here, holding strong at $1,800. It's been, holding strong right here right around that $1,800 mark for the past month and a half or so. Again, that market action index number at 48. I did do a little chart here for you of the inventory here. You can see I went back to September, the beginning of September. You can see how inventory has been climbing ever since the beginning of September. So basically the end of summer, how the inventory has been going up in the city of Kenosha. And now it's kind of flattened out since the holidays. And then we'll see it kind of stay flat through January and February probably. And then it'll start to increase again in March, April, and May. And then it'll probably shoot down again during the summer. And then go back up again in the fall. That's kind of the ebbs and flows of real estate. That's how it goes. It does that every single year. Prices, what's sold and what's new to the market. Like I said, not a lot new to the market in the price ranges this past week, just because of Christmas week. But this bottom price range, what everybody's looking in, the 250 and under, one new to the market, two of them sold. That 300,000 and under, three new to the market, and three of them sold. That like 400,000 and under, one new to the market, and two of them sold. And that luxury market, $500,000 and up, there were no new houses of the market, and one of them sold. If you look at the days on market here, the average here is probably right around 50 days on the market total here. So that stays in line here with the average days on market and the median days on market here that we see up here. That's our market report for this week. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. I have buyers and sellers reaching out to me every single week, just like you, asking questions about how to buy and sell their houses. My number is 262-331-1621. You can call me, text me, or email me anytime. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. I hope they have a fantastic rest of your week, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.